Hello, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? So, I actually have all your cards laid out beautifully over here. So, we're going to dive into each of them and clarify the tarot cards a little bit later on. So, diving into your first message, we have this kind of new deck that I have not used for a while, and this is rituals. So, you guys could benefit from having some kind of ritual at this time, doing some kind of ritual in some way, whether it be just burning some incense, all right, meditating, or whatever it is to you guys. It could be necessary. Now, I am going to read it out the book because this is a new deck for me and I want to see what extra messages this deck has for you guys. So this says, though there may be unknown forces surrounding and working for you, you are being prompted to join in through dedicated study and physical action. Beneficial esoteric teachings are worthwhile pursuing, and a deeper connection with another is being forged, perhaps without you even realizing it. Be careful of secrets and confidential knowledge that may cause harm. All right, so just a little warning there at the end. But it does feel like you guys are really tapping deeper into your intuition, and it's not the first card that says that, because you also have the Y card over here, which is all about asking deeper questions, tapping into the as you can see here, I think this is the Akashic Record book, or just diving into some sort of deeper knowledge. So whether you are learning how to deepen your intuition, or learning tarot, learning spirituality, becoming a medium, whoever knows, whatever it is you guys doing, like learning astrology, whatever it is, clearly it's to do with deeper knowledge of the universe. So it could even just be some kind of philosophy, spirituality, whatever it is. Be guided by your inner questions when that Y card comes through, okay? Because it feels like these questions are leading you somewhere towards some sort of knowledge. So again, even if you're studying something, I think this is important. Now, something else that this card was speaking about for you guys, Scorpios, again, like things cannot just happen on their own. Even if we're manifesting, for example, we have to also create some sort of habits and learn something new or do something new in order to have the things that we desire, okay? So that's quite interesting as well. Now, you do have renewal too. So if you're trying to renew your life or you want certain results here, then maybe it's about following some new idea and taking the action and maybe stepping up into a position of authority, because you do have the throne here as well. So maybe it's about taking control of your life or some area of your life in some way and taking action. All right, so interestingly enough, we have a change in the wind going on in this card here, which says that things are changing. Okay, so your direction in life could also be the thing that's changing, or we're having to let something go in order to move forward. It's kind of two different messages for how this might come up for you. Either way, the zebra, there's wind coming this way and either forcing you to change direction or again to let go of something in order to be able to move forward. So whatever that is to you. What's interesting is because underneath this card we have grief and cry, they're really calling for you to allow yourself to grieve something, because it might help you to let it go or to release it, or release the heavy burden that might be on your back at the moment, if that's something that resonates with you guys. Or maybe because you're having to change direction, you could be grieving the potential of an opportunity, or the potential of a part of yourself, or who you was going to become, or who you could have been, whatever it is, or who you once were. It does feel like things are changing, and that could be why grief is here. But of course, if you're grieving somebody, it's about allowing yourself to feel those feelings. Okay, so you don't have to hold on to that big burden on your back here either. So renewal comes in when you are changing seasons, coming out of survival mode into thriving mode, right? I always say it as that, because you're going from winter, all known for kind of struggle and almost suffering or survival, and going into spring, which is all about new life and new beginnings, okay? New energy, things look more beautiful, things are more flourishing more. So this is a really good time where you're going to see a lot of results, but you're in the middle stages of changing, coming out from suffering and struggle into a lot more abundance in your life. Okay, so, and I wonder if it's because of these questions that you're diving deeper into. Maybe again, she looks like she's meditating here as well, so I really wonder if meditation will be quite good for you, and that is the ritual. Interesting. And of course, grief here is about grieving the loss of something, whether it be an opportunity, a person, a pet, whatever it is. Allow yourself to cry, because this card comes right underneath it. Okay, and this is let go of old emotions, cry it out, what a relief. And in that grief card, actually, she's actually being judged for still holding on to some part of grief here. So for some of you Scorpio, it's about understanding that it's okay to feel the feelings that you have. Everyone grieves in their own way, and even if this grief doesn't look like a big deal to others, it's a big deal to you. And suppressing your feelings, telling yourself, I shouldn't feel this way, I shouldn't still be feeling this way, those those are not helping you. So it's time to let that go. Allow yourself to cry, let it out, okay? Because that's one step closer to kind of not overcoming grief, but being able to live with it a little bit better. Okay. Right. Underneath renewal here, you have no doubt. And actually, when this jumped up, it jumped on top of the renewal. So it's almost like if you've been called to renew something, if you're being called to have a new beginning or to enter a new season of your life, okay, one where you definitely have to take some action here. It says no doubt. All right. This is it. Go for it. Stop doubting yourself. All right. So that's all important. Again, because it's coming up underneath the why, it does feel like you're being guided. Why do I feel this way? Why do I just feel like I want this new beginning? All right. Whatever it is to you guys, it's definitely like a shift in your identity, because that's the chakra card here, base chakra. So entering a better identity, the way you see yourselves changing, the way you see life is changing. It feels pretty good to me. Now down here you have grapes, and this says time to go out and have fun. So you're being called to let your hair down around this time as well. So not only are you being called to grieve and cry, but you're also saying go and also have some fun too. All right. And then you have throne and position of authority coming in. So you guys could be getting a promotion or stepping up in a different level of your life, where you might be having to be in a position of authority. But of course, it kind of reminds me of the emperor, of taking control of your life as well, or again, stepping up into a leadership position maybe. Right, going into your tarot, which we will clarify with my lovely Christmas elf deck, you have strength being the overall energy for this week for you guys. So it is really calling for you to have courage. This is not a week to back down. It's a week to understand and to grieve and to cry. That's fine, but it's almost like, but then come bouncing back again when you have the energy too. And also the strength card is also about balancing these two energies. The maiden teaches the lion the importance of compassion and the power behind compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. Okay, coming from a loving place. And the lion teaches the maiden the strength and importance behind fierceness, right? Survival and okay, that's interesting. Hold on. And also what's the other things? And strength, right? Is it whatever lions do, it's teaching the maiden that. So what I'm sensing here, because you do have renewal here, a lot of you are having to let go a part of yourself to become someone different. I think that's where the grief is coming from as well. It's like you're having to let go a part of yourself, that not let it go, but to allow it to put itself back whilst you change and transform. Like it will always be there with you, by the way. I have to always say that, but it's time for a new you, a more compassionate you, a more loving you, a more understanding you, because you're no longer going to need that survival mode part of yourself. Does that make sense to you? I feel like that's part of yourself that you're grieving. But anyway, let's dive into it. Let's clarify the strength card here. Why is the strength card the overall energy for this week, please, for Scorpio? What is that? The Ace of Pentacles, because a new beginning is at hand, and Seven of Swords. Interesting, because like, again, I feel like because this is about, okay, there's loads of different ways for how I'll say this. Seven of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Something might require your strength and courage, because not only is it a new beginning, and it definitely feels quite important because it's an Ace of Pentacles, right? This is to do with your stability. This can be like a new home, for example. This can be just a new opportunity, maybe a new work situation. That could be something that's changing for you as well. But the Seven of Swords is here. Now, sometimes this comes up as my card of like self-sabotage. And as I was saying, it's almost like the maiden is telling the lioness, okay, like I got it from here. We don't have to do these things anymore. Seven of Swords can be like lying, cheating, stealing. I'm not saying that you're doing those things, but it can also be going against what we know we should be doing, right? That's why it's sneaky. You know, if it's to do with somebody else, maybe that's something that you're moving away from too. Maybe you guys are having to overcome maybe a certain person in your life, or a situation that's tempting to go back into, but you're having the strength and courage to go, do you know what? I'm not going to take this opportunity from you because I don't trust it. And I'm going to take the strength and courage to move on somewhere else. That could be the case for some of you too, Seven of Swords. So let me know how that resonates for you. But either way, there is a new beginning here. If it's coming from someone you don't trust, again, that's why strength and courage is here. Trust your intuition this week. Really needed. Because I think it is going to change something here. Right. Okay. With that being said, in your energy, you do the Seven of Pentacles, which comes in as a little bit of feeling like, ugh, when am I going to see results for all the hard work that I've been putting towards my life, right? So let's see what this is about. Sometimes this is where we need to change, a 7 of Wands, so you're definitely feeling like you're up against the odds at the moment. Let's see, why is the 7 of Pentacles in a position of Scorpio's energy, please? Scorpio's energy this week, 6 of Swords, and that's where grief is coming through as well. 6 of Swords about moving forward. Okay, so maybe you guys might need to travel here or might need to move. Okay, maybe you're trying to make something work, and that's the thing here, is like something's really not working out. Now, 7 of Wands and 7 of Pentacles, there is going to be a positive outcome, but you might need to change something about the situation, because the way I say this is like, patience is needed with the 7 of Pentacles. You know, nothing grows overnight, nothing really changes overnight either. We're not going to see an abundance overnight, you know, so it is about kind of staying consistent, but maybe we need to change something. 7 of Wands, again, like feeling like a lot of obstacles and a lot of challenges are coming up against you, which is why you're being called to have strength and courage this week too. But 6 of Swords with grief, it's about moving forward, moving on. And I wonder if that's something here, like they're moving away from one island that's been quite destructive and quite challenging, and moving towards another. So I wonder if some of you are like moving or traveling, like maybe you moved to a location that actually caused a lot of challenge for you, a lot of obstacles for you. Maybe that's something you realize, actually, I wonder if this is the universe's way of telling me I need to go somewhere else. However that resonates for you. It could be a work situation, whatever it is, could just be energetically. But the 6 of Swords is almost like there is something better out there for you, where you will see a lot more results. That's quite interesting. So I feel like there is going to be a change happening for you, and I think that's why the grief is coming from. It's like, it feels like it's something that you're not necessarily wanting. Right, let's see. Ace of Wands is in your challenge position. So again, a new beginning seems to be the challenge. But again, the Ace of Wands is great. It's passionate, it's motivating, it's inspirational. Let's see why this is a challenge for you. Again, change of environments as well, and moving home stuff definitely feels quite big with this energy. Why is the Ace of Wands here? In your challenge position, 9 of Cups, that's wish fulfillment. So when good cards are in a challenge position, it could be because of a mindset, or again, you're not really wanting to change things in order to get this kind of outcome, right? I understand that. So the universe is trying to put you somewhere, and just remind yourself here that your card, the Death card here, is in your advice position. The card of transformation and change, and allowing change to happen and transformation to happen as well is important, because Death card says, you know, the Death card here, he's actually going regardless. He's moving forward and going through regardless, and people are really praying him. You pray for him, please stop. But he's going to do his thing anyway, which kind of represents the change of the universe, right? Some things are just going to change anyway. We don't always want it to happen, but it is. By the way, you guys will be going through this already. This is not here to scare anyone. This is actually a reading for reassurance. So if you're already going through this, those are those who it will resonate with. Okay, so if it doesn't resonate with you, don't get worried here. But it's almost like you have to go with the change. You have to go with the winds of change, because there is a change in the wind. Something's happening here, and it may not be the plan that you have, but you have no idea that the outcome is actually going to be wish fulfillment for you. Because again, your challenge position is a new beginning that's going to bring wish fulfillment, but it's a challenge because it's hard to accept, right? Okay, so whether this is in a relationship, I don't know exactly where it is, but it's definitely calling for you to have courage here and to deny maybe an opportunity coming through from somebody who is a bit of a liar, who is a bit deceptive, who you have a gut feeling about, okay? And that could take some courage. So you can accept a new beginning, the one that's actually more stable and real. And also, if you have some people around you or an energy within yourself that is not that's not very trustworthy of new opportunities, that's also part of ourself we have to get rid of too, right? Like, let's say, again, the person loves the comfort zone and will rather stay stagnant, right? We have to let go of that version of ourselves in order to take a new opportunity. So it's like, in order to have this new beginning that's being offered in this Ace of Pentacles, you're having to overcome whatever that sneaky energy is. Okay, so again, maybe some people are not made to be around you, and that's the change here. Whatever it is. Okay, now in your external environment, we have the 5 of Wands, which is conflict, competition, clashing of ideas. All right, bit of arguments. Okay, let's see. Why is the 5 of Wands in the external position? 3 of Cups, so that's also a card of community. It is a card of success and celebration, by the way, as well. So I wonder how this is for you. What's going on in your external environment? Five of Wands again, that's coming through with a change in a wind and grief here. Maybe something just got really toxic between friends or colleagues for some of you. I wonder what this is about. Right, Five of Wands. Why is this in the external environment? The Ace of Swords. Again, like kind of just emphasizing here that in the Sun being here with the Ace of Swords and renewal. Yeah, you're definitely changing. I don't know exactly what this is. Again, speaking very generally. But it does feel like to do with the communities that's turning a bit toxic. And again, like maybe you're grieving the fact that you really wanted this to work out with somebody or in a situation. And again, that's where the grief seems to be coming from here. Because renewal, the Ace of Swords jumped on top of renewal, and it just makes so much sense because so did no doubt. Clarity, no doubt. You know, when something is so clear, it's hard to doubt it. And it just feels like you can clearly see that something needs to change and you need to have a new beginning in your life, a new environment. Okay, or a new way of being even as well. Now, Ace of Swords is also about victory. You can see there's a crown here. Okay, so at the end of the day, you will have success, celebration. But you have to move away from some conflict. Okay, in order to have happiness. Okay, that could be the case here. Interesting. Let's see why the Queen of Wands is in a position of your inner world. So all about confidence, all right, your creative ideas. So making sure that you are feeding this side of yourself is important. But because this is in your inner world, maybe you already have confidence. Maybe you already are feeling like you want to meet new people or whatever it is for you guys. Let's see. Why is the Queen of Wands in the inner world of Scorpio? Ace of Wands reversed. That's super interesting. Queen of Wands in the inner world. The Page of Pentacles. So this is about taking the first step into something new. Why is the Ace of Wands reversed? Why did this come up reversed, please? The Four of Cups, because it's something that you're rejecting here, guys. It's funny. I think it's funny, but it's not. It's funny because the cards are confirming what we're already saying and what we're already seeing here. Not funny that you're going through it. Right. So Ace of Wands reverse again. This is that new opportunity that is in your challenge position. The Four of Cups is like, I'm fine where I'm at. I don't need to accept this, and I will do whatever I will with this situation I'm in. I don't need anything new, whether it be new love, whatever, a new beginning. Again, like that's your challenge position is actually really about focusing on what is right for you. I'm hearing something about like needing to really actually dive deeper into why you want something. Because I feel like it's not because you want it. It might be because of somebody else's wants and desires, and you just want them to be happy. So then you're happy. You know, it's not actually your wish. So that's what they're asking you to kind of challenge and to be a bit more open-minded as well. I will be honest, that's what the Four of Cups can represent here. Because the Page of Pentacles is about stepping into something new. Learning something new, going into a new career, maybe even as well. It's about studies. Okay, it's like an apprentice in this deck here. So it's really about taking that first step and having the confidence to take the first step instead of rejecting things that come up because you're not being open-minded enough. That's something I will say. Because Queen of Wands, again, is all about being confident. So I would say that this feels a bit of advice. If you're not confident in yourself and your ability to adapt and to have passion, to be bubbly and enthusiastic and to stand out, all right, to look at the sun like the sunflower is. That's why she has it in her hand. She's optimistic. If we're not optimistic, then of course we're going to be like, no, that's not a good idea. I'm not going to do that. And then we're going to constantly stay where we're at. So Spirit is saying here, experiment. Go with the idea. See where it leads you. Okay, not everything needs to be perfect. Okay, you just need to try new things. Right, in your advice, again, is the Death card. So we've already kind of covered that. It is about endings, new beginnings. It's clearly about transformation and kind of some sort of inevitable change. Your advice is, this is your energy, Scorpio. Things are always going to transform and change in your life. That's what your sign is all about. Why is the Death card here in the advice? What's the advice with the Death card, please? The Three of Swords. Okay, and the Knight of Wands. So the Three of Swords again is clearly to do with some kind of ending. That is a heartache, pain, and grief of some kind. So whatever this is, I get it. Three of Swords. The Knight of Wands, though. Now I don't know what your situation is, so it's really hard to choose my words wisely to make sure that I'm speaking directly to your situations, right? Because everyone's going through different things. But if you're dealing with really hard heartache and actual grief, of course, like Three of Swords and a Death card, but as advice with the Knight of Wands, it's hard to to go out and have fun and to want to learn more about life and to expand and to grow, like the Knight of Wands can represent. But the Knight of Wands is part of the advice, is to accept some sort of ending and heartache and pain. It's okay to grieve that. That's very normal. Everything's changing when that happens. And we have a change in the wind. A lot of things are changing at the moment. So of course you're going to feel grief. Of course you're going to feel heartache. That's okay. Feel it. Cry it out. Let go of these emotions and feelings. All right. So that you can relieve them, So the Knight of Wands comes in. It is a very enthusiastic card. So it's interesting how it comes up with a very kind of dark energy because it's all about conquering and achieving and going out there and learning more and being open-minded and wanting to do more things and go on certain adventures. And again, it's a card of travel too, and seeing new environments. It's really about feeding your brain in a weird way and being more adventurous and fun. So because you do have the card saying time to go out and have fun, I would say that that is your advice, but to not give up when things change. That's the ultimate thing here, because it does feel like you're dealing with a lot, whatever it is. It's not clear to me, but it does feel like you're having to accept a very difficult thing to accept because the universe says it's for the best, or it's just inevitable anyway. Okay, whatever that is to you, please let me know what this means for you guys. Again, apologies if my words are not the best for your situation. I wish I knew what it was so I could apply my words a little bit differently. But the message is still the same, regardless. It's just really diving deep into the why so that you can really understand the balance between these two different worlds that you're going from and into. But not to doubt yourself. Make sure that you do allow yourself to grieve, because change can be difficult and scary, but there is positive things at the end of this. And I will kind of say this Knight of Wands does look like it will be you later on, and maybe that's their advice here is, okay, it's difficult now, but you will get your bounce back into your step. You will feel more ambitious and positive, and you are going to have a position of authority here. You are going to have wish fulfillment, new environments, better things, new passion, new ambitions in your life. All right, truth and clarity through here as well. So it's just almost like allowing life to have this wind of change and to see where it's guiding you. And that's, again, a bit daunting, but I feel good things out of this, but of course it's difficult when you're going through it, so I get that, but just hopefully that gives you a bit of reassurance. But anyway, I love you guys. I wish you guys all the best. Please let me know how this reading resonated with you, because I'd love to know. But aside from all that, I will see you guys in the next one.